What's good, people? What's goody? Let's talk. Let's talk. What's good? Who in here with a brother? Let's have some discussion. You know what I'm saying? Let's have some discussion. What's good? What's good? What's good? Sin City Cowboy. What's goody? Generational Geckos. What's good? Lord Nova. What's goody? Sydney Jones. Hit that like button as y'all pop in if y'all can. Dak owns Philly. What's good? Night Ranger. I know, 3 nights in a row. It's crazy. Right back like I never left. But we here. Let's talk. Let's talk. Julian Wilson, my fault. Danger. What up? What up? What up? Danger Ginger. Fred Allen, what's good? Jenna S, what's going on? Brandy Mahoney, Wolf. I think I got Night Ranger. I'm trying to get everybody. My fault. Derry Hughes, Wordologist, Headhunter. What's goody? What's goody? Anthony Silva, Big Dre. What's going on with y'all? What's going on with y'all? Berto, B Gamer, Rel the Deity. What's good? Ricardo Clark, Mary Coe. What's going on? David Webb. How y'all feeling, man? 100 people in a minute. That is phenomenal. I appreciate y'all jumping in here with me. Y'all ready to talk? Y'all ready to talk? Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Make sure y'all can hear me loud and clear. You know what I'm saying? Good, 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 good. Let me turn on my computer fan real quick. Make sure that joint is doing well. I need 59 more likes. I like that, Ricardo. I like that, Michael Clark. I like that. Ricardo Clark, I need 100 likes in the chat. See, I appreciate y'all. What's good, Flo? All right, so listen, we can get straight to it. Appreciate y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all saying what's up. Y'all hitting the like button. Y'all coming in. We got plenty to talk about. Like I said, Darnell Lamar, Saleh legit, Frazier, Rooney. Now, let me ask you a question. I've been seeing a lot of people coming at me about that. Darnell Lamar, I know you somebody that got a little bit of inside connection. I feel you. How can someone decipher the difference? Is it just a gut feeling? Because I've been seeing a lot of that. People that Rome, Saleh's legit. Is it legit because you like him? I want to know how people can tell the difference. What is there an unspoken thing going around behind the scenes? I want to know how people can know. Because I've been getting a lot of that. I got people DMing me today. Saleh legit. I'm like, how? Now, you might be different because I know you know some people. But everybody don't know some people. So anyone else that thinks Saleh is legit, someone can please explain to me why? Because he was a head coach. Leslie Frazier was a head coach too. He wasn't a head coach recently. He was an assistant coach in Seattle. But Leslie Frazier has been a head coach as well. I just want to know the difference. I'm not trying to hate on Robert Saleh. You know, I think they both had losing records as head coaches, but I just want to know. I don't have any problem with Leslie. I think Leslie Frazier is really good at defensive football. I think Robert Saleh, obviously coming from that San Francisco 49er system that I think he helped build, you know, I think he knows defensive football very well as well. Frazier don't look like a Cowboys coach. Well, what is a Cowboys coach and what do they look like? Now we getting somewhere. Why is it? Because Robert Saleh got a more chiseled jaw? What is it? They're obviously both minorities. So at least we passed that. Because I think the Cowboys coach looked like a Jason Witten, but that's that. I ain't gonna start the day's conversation with that. I'm just wondering. Because it ain't like Saleh's bringing a winning record. Do I think they both know defensive football? I do. I'm just wondering. If the Seattle Seahawks head coach is a defensive head coach that's never been a head coach and might need some pointers, and they bring Leslie Frazier on to help him with understanding how to be a head coach, and be kind of like that liaison. Leslie Frazier knows a little bit of things about football. What's the Seattle head coach? I know he was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens recently. Forgot his name. I think he begins with an M. I think it's like Michael something. Just was the Ravens defensive coordinator. I do know. I remember they brought Frazier in to help him out with things. So Frazier knows his stuff, but Frazier ain't about to be the Cowboys head coach. As soon as you seen it, you said, "Huh." Now this is why I'm telling y'all I see Rooney Rule. Also, keep eye for names in the coming days. I thank you for that 199 super chat, Darnell Lamar. He said, also keep your eyes open for the names in the next couple of days. McDonald. Yeah, I think it's Michael McDonald. I think. This is what I want to say. 200 people here in 5 minutes. Appreciate y'all. 100 likes already. I appreciate y'all. Angie the Rebel Chick was good. Hey, Rome. First time watching you live. I'm going to subscribe. That's hilarious. I'm about to say, Angie, you a channel member. Don't do that. But I appreciate you. Listen, y'all. Listen. Tell me if I'm tripping. I can be held accountable. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping. Right? The Cowboys are going on a coaching search. Jerry Jones is handling this coaching search apparently on a solo mission. It's just Jerry Jones and his thoughts. He's not involving Stephen Jones, apparently. He's not bringing it to a round table. No Will McClay. All of the reports, Josina Anderson, excuse me, John Machota, all of the reporters are saying Jerry Jones out here making calls. James Slater, Lone Ranger Jerry, he just doing his thing, solo mission. I got this. This is me. I'll fix it myself. I think Jerry has an idea of who he wants. And no, it's not Deion Sanders. I think he has interest in Deion Sanders. I think he called Deion Sanders to check his temperature. I don't think it's Deion. Because when I seen him get to the point where he's satisfying checking boxes, it let me know one thing. Jerry Jones knows who he wants. If not knows exactly who he wants, it's narrowed down to one or two candidates. And he needs to satisfy the Rooney Rule to get there. If it was a minority candidate, I think that candidate would have been the other interview. But Robert Saleh followed by Leslie Frazier news in the same day, within hours of each other. It smell funny. It don't look right. Am I tripping? If it was Deion Sanders, he would be the other interview. You have to interview two outside of your organization's minority candidates. So Al Harris don't count. I just don't believe it. I know what Michael Irvin said. I think Michael Irvin wants him to come. I think Michael Irvin called him. Michael Irvin don't own the Cowboys. Pretty sure Michael Irvin trying to make them pieces fit. But Michael Irvin can't pay Deion that other $6 million he be missing by taking the Cowboys job. Deion gonna be making like 10 to 12 million at Colorado. He runs that organization. He can put his staff in place. He can do all the recruiting. He the king of the castle. He come to the Cowboys. He not the king no more. He can't control what players he get. Jerry ain't giving him no power. And he got to take a 1/3 to half of his salary per year pay cut. Nah, I ain't going. I would love Deion Sanders. Again, shout out to all the 261 people in here in 10 minutes. Appreciate y'all. I would love him. But I don't see it. I'm sorry, y'all. Irvin on that issue. I ain't going to do Mike like that. I ain't going to do him like that. I ain't going to say, look, Cowboys legend, Michael Irvin. I ain't going to do him like that. I ain't going to do him like that. I'm going to let him be. But listen, he distracted. Hold on, what I do? D Shift choosing violence. What I do, D Shift? Hold on, what I miss? If Jerry would put the effort into this team as he does hiding them bastard children, we'd win the Super. Oh, D Shift is choosing violence. Okay. I should have been not paying it. I shouldn't have read that out loud. All right, D Shift, salute. D Shift ain't playing with nobody tonight. Salute. D Shift pissed. Respect. I should have read that in my mind first. I read it out loud. Oops. That had fire. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Sometimes you gotta get it off your chest though, D Shift. I ain't mad at you. Sometimes you gotta do it. It did need to be said out loud. I didn't read. I should have put it more lightly. Excuse me. Still getting over a cold. Don't y'all think it's odd? Like, let's just be honest. Last night we had a real conversation. We've been keeping it real in here, right? Somebody said proofread. Don't do me like that. I'm trying to multitask. Last night we said the Cowboys got it tight. We've never had an African American head coach ever. So there's been rumblings and undertones saying they try to bring in Jason Witten, the prototypical vision of what a Cowboys head coach would look like. Probably would look like Jason Witten with a cowboy hat on and boots. Let's just be real. We're not trying to be mean. It is what it is. So I find it odd that the next day, out of nowhere, 2 interviews, 2 minority candidates within hours of each other. Not one traditional Cowboys type of candidate is being interviewed. You got Matt Eberflus out there, former Cowboys coach, could come back in here. There's other coaches that could be interviewed. You know, no John Gruden consideration. James Slater is saying specifically he hasn't reached out to John Gruden. He hasn't reached out to nobody you would say Cowboys is trying to hire him. And it just made me think, no Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's been mentioned by media members, but no like actual interviews been lined up, right? I'm not saying he's not going to go after any of those gentlemen I just named. But I think they're trying to handle some things. Y'all remember Marvin Lewis? Y'all remember Marvin Lewis? Y'all remember last time we was looking for a coach? It was like real quiet that it was just like the Cowboys is interviewing Marvin Lewis. And I think at the time, remember the Rooney Rule was just interviewing one minority coach. Remember they updated it. It was one minority coach. We interviewed Marvin Lewis, then Jerry and Marvin Lewis on like Wednesday. Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy had a sleepover on Friday. By Saturday afternoon, I think they was at the press conference signing the contract. I think we found our guy. And Mike McCarthy got up there lying about watching Cowboys film. Y'all remember all this? I remember. Mike said, I watched every play. How you doing, Miss Charles? How you doing, Sadiqa? Mike just straight lied. I watched every play. I watched everybody. I seen all of Dak's plays. They did have a sleepover. They said they had like some Johnny Walker Blue, some nachos or something like that. Stephen Bowley was good. So my thing is this. That Marvin Lewis news came and went. Now Robert Saleh is supposed to interview later this week, and I'm about to say Ryan Leslie Frazier. Y'all know about that R&B. Leslie Frazier is supposed to interview on Monday, and I think that's when the fun begins. You know why? Because some of the other candidates that Jerry wants to interview, I think, are still coaching. Jerry has backdoored the next head coach. What you mean backdoored him? Explain, Darnell Lamar. Thank you for that $1.99 super chat. Derek Taylor Sr. Rome, best content on this subject, bro. Hey, we just trying to keep it real around here. I appreciate you, Derek. We keeping it real over here. This is real serious times. I ain't in here calling nobody racist. I'm not doing that. There's nuance to this conversation, and let's just be adults about this. It's 9:51 p.m. on the East Coast. My kids is in bed. We grown people in here. Let's talk. Some real conversation that need to be had. The Rooney Rule it ain't just the Cowboys. The Rooney Rule is a joke around the league. All kinds of coordinators getting interviewed that ain't about to get no jobs. Y'all know that. Y'all know that though. I'm not making that up. Y'all think I'm making that up? That the Rooney Rule is a ruse? I think every once in a while, the Rooney Rule, you bring somebody in there and they get floored by the presentation and somebody get hired. The only place the Rooney Rule really worked was the Steelers. They interviewed Mike Tomlin with the intentions of hiring him, and they really like and support Mike Tomlin. Above the media, they don't pay attention to narratives. They don't fire their coach or get in his face because the media don't like him. The media have been trying to get Mike Tomlin fired for like 8 years. And they released statements swiftly right after the season. Mike Tomlin will not be fired. He will not be traded. That is a non-negotiable discussion. They don't play no games, and that's why I admire Pittsburgh. They get to it. Hey, we ain't doing none of that. Darnell Lamar, another 199 super chat. Appreciate you, Darnell Lamar. That's like your 4th super chat tonight. Thank you. He has had low-key conversations with him. Oh, the next coach? No question. I think Jerry Jones knows who he wants. It's probably narrowed down to 1 or 2 people. 380 people in here in 16 minutes. That is phenomenal. I appreciate y'all. It's insulting. Jerry don't want no minority head coach. That's real, though. Reality Cowboy. Your name is appropriate. That's reality. Rome, who do you want as DC and OC? Now, I don't have an offensive coordinator. I don't. I haven't gotten down to that point. But I would love Aaron Glenn. I said it last night. A minority head coach. I don't even think Aaron Glenn's going to be considered. One, there's news out that Aaron Glenn is really leaning towards the New York Jets if he gets a chance. Those reports come from places that I can't say are reputable sites, like the NFL rumors of the world and all those Twitter sites where you're like, who's running that? I think one of them sites is ran by an Eagles fan. So it's kind of hard to, like, you know what I'm saying? Keystone in here. What's good? Keystone Cowboy, my dog. But Jerry really wants Kellen. I think Kellen is Jerry Jones' parachute. It's his backup plan. Lola Cowboys, what's good with you? That's his backup plan. I think he got another plan. I think Kellen's his backup. If everything fails, he's going to go after Kellen. 403 people in here, 176 likes. Hit the like button. Excuse me. Pete Carroll or Gruden. I'd take Pete Carroll. If I had my options, I'd take Pete Carroll. I think Pete Carroll is a leader of men. I know he's older. I think he can galvanize his team, but I think that's a limited time. Pete Carroll is like I've heard Pete Carroll has like some of the best motivational, like get his guys on one accord, like speeches and motivational techniques. But the problem is they say Pete Carroll burns out. He's like a shooting star. He got like 5 years before it's like, kind of heard every story. I'm done with you. Luckily, Pete Carroll is in his 70s. If you brought Pete Carroll in here, it would be a bridge. A bridge to who? We talked about this last night. This is why you should tap in every night or every day, because I feel like sometimes, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Y'all know I'm not right or wrong guy, but I am a person with strong opinions, and I do throw my joints out there early. If you go on my channel, I was one of the first people to say, I think Jason Witten might be coming here. Not because I thought of it. I saw it talked about, and I ain't had no problem putting it out there. I think the Cowboys might go after Jason Witten. Not because I'm trying to be first or because I'm trying to tell y'all I had the idea, because it freaked me out. Like, would they really go after a high school head coach? That was like almost a month and a half, 2 months ago. And I thought it was a joke. It's coming back around now, to the point where Jane Slater mentions his name multiple times and said, you know what? The Cowboys would love to bring Jason Witten on the next coach's staff to learn. That means that the Cowboys want Jason Witten to be the head coach now, but they don't think he's prepared, which is true. He's not prepared. Jason Witten ain't ready to be nobody's head coach. If you brought Jason Witten on to be a head coach, you better do him like Dan Campbell. What'd they do with Dan Campbell? They insulated him with two great coordinators. He can learn on the job. First couple years, the Lions were struggling. Mimi Williams was good. Jarvis Jones. Do you think Witten will be a tight end coach next year? If the right coach is here, yes, he will. Jeanette Rogers was good. Gary Bookwater under Mike Zimmer. Now, I think there's 3 bridges that could happen. Mike Zimmer could be a bridge. Pete Carroll could be a bridge, right? Robert Saleh is too young. He ain't being nobody's bridge. He'll just go be the defensive coordinator for the 49ers and wait to get back into the cycle. Excuse me. Let me drink some water. I'm sorry, y'all. Older coaches for bridges. You know what I'm saying? I think it might be 2 because I can't think of another one. I don't think Saleh would want to, like younger coaches. That's why I know Aaron Glenn is out. The Cowboys ain't going to interview 4 or 5 minority coaches. They don't get down like, let's be real. It's only one high authoritative African-American in the Cowboy circle. That job is taken. His last name is McClay. And the Cowboys love him so much, they won't even give him the title of GM. Jerry won't even give him the title of GM. He loved Will McClay so much that he gets to do all the work and not get the title. Crazy, right? I love you, Will. You can sit in here. Am I the GM? I mean, nah, you're the director of player personnel. So I'm the GM. Nah, you just do all the stuff. But I'm going to go up there and tell people I found them. You just do the stuff for me. I'm going to go tell people I did it. Bring me reports and sit them on my desk so I can sound like I know what I'm talking about. Jerry Jones probably can't point out none of our top prospects that we want to draft. He don't know these people. Jerry Jones, quick, who's Abdul Carter? Who? What? Come on, dog. Jerry Jones ain't tapping into the draft. He don't care. He don't care. He probably know who Ashton Genty is. That ain't impressive. Jerry Jones, would you take Savion Williams in the second? Yeah, he a great safety. What, Jerry? Yeah, Savion Williams, the linebacker. Really? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I bet you can tell Will, go figure that out. Get me a report. Put some pictures in it. Savion Glover's hilarious, the dancing guy. That's wild. Yes, I would take Savion Williams, the receiver, in the second round because he's a physical freak. But this isn't draft talk tonight because we got so much craziness going on. So my point is this, to wrap it back up. When I saw both of those names come across in the same day, it let me know. And I'm telling y'all right now, when y'all see another name either become the Cowboys head coach or other names start coming available, because who's coaching this weekend that could lose their job soon? Kellen Moore. Not lose their job, but they could be eligible for a promotion. Joe Brady, Kellen Moore, Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson. Now, Ben Johnson is almost being pinned to the Raiders job. Kubiak, that's a fact. There's a lot of coordinators this weekend that they might really want. They can't interview him yet, but you want to be ready to interview him like that. So let me go on and get these coordinators. I mean, these is Rooney rules. Check 1, check 2. Let me get them out the way. Savion fixed my car last week. Y'all, wow. 434 people in here, man. I appreciate y'all. 210 likes. Hit the like button for me. Kubiak is booty. That's hilarious. Ain't it? Zachary or Ravens DC would be available. I don't think Zach Orr got the job after McDonald left. He's so green after 1 year of coordinating. He wouldn't be eligible for the Cowboys job, and he's another minority. I don't think that's happening. Cliff Kingsbury might be available. Cliff Kingsbury is an option. Jerry has spoken highly of Cliff Kingsbury. Do I like Cliff Kingsbury? Not really. Not necessarily, really, no. Cliff Kingsbury ain't nothing but Kellen Moore East. Or Kellen Moore ain't out in the West no more, in the South. So Kellen Moore South, since Kellen Moore is in Philly, he's in Washington. So I'm cool. But my point is, all of those coordinators, Kingsbury, Aaron Glenn, my favorite, Ben Johnson, Joe Brady, they all about to be available. But you don't want to have to interview minority coaches and be behind the what, y'all? What would happen? You'd be behind the 8 ball. Let me go ahead and get mines out the way. The Cowboys ain't the only team doing it, though. Can we agree with that? How many hires have happened? How many coaching hires have happened? I'm not going to just blame the Cowboys like they're the only one doing it. Mike Vrabel, the only one that's been hired. There's other openings. CFT, I have 10 missed calls from Jerry Jones today. I wonder what he wants. I have no idea. Mike Vrabel. What about Todd Monken? I don't think he's getting hired. Ask yourself, Cowboys Nation, do we want a coach who is best suited for Dak and our offense, or someone who has is defensive minded? CT, I want a head coach that's a leader of men. I don't care if your background is defense or offense. Y'all know what John Harbaugh's background was before he got hired? John Harbaugh was a special teams coach, but he a leader of men. Now, if I told you we was going to go hire one of the top special teams coaches, 90% of y'all would be like, hell no, I don't want no special teams coach. What do they know? When you're looking for a coach, you have to be looking for somebody that commands a room. That some of these things got to be checked off. Yes, I want you to understand offensive scheme and defensive scheme. A great defensive-minded head coach is aware of offense because they know what kind of offenses can attack their defensive scheme. They should be aware of offensive schemes because they scheme to stop them. So if you're a top defensive-minded head coach, you would be aware of the Sean McVays and the Kyle Shanahans and things like that, because you're trying to design defenses to stop the different motions and the different all kinds of offensive firepower coming at you. You would be aware of how to stop that. On the flip side, offensive coaches spend all day designing offenses to attack the top defenses. But if you're an offensive-minded head coach, and this is what makes me mad, if you're an offensive-minded head coach and all you do is X's and O's, but you don't know how to lead men, then you end up with the dude in Miami. The dude in Miami. What's his name? I can't think of his name. He literally be on the sideline looking like he's smoking a vape. Mike McDaniels. Some coaches be too offensive. They not focused on the entire team. I got these plays for you. Hey, man, your game management sucks. Some coaches be too defensive. But you can tell a coach that knows how to command a room. Everybody can't multitask like Sean Payton, Andy Reid, Sean McVay. Some of them coaches, they got this down to a T, but they special. They special. 447 people in here, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all. On the late night, too. Y'all rocking with CFT on the late night. If you're a special teams coach, you deal with offensive and defensive players. I agree, David Webb. I agree. Does that make Bone Fossil a great candidate? No. You can tell a head coach early. You can tell. Aaron Glenn did an interview earlier today. They was asking him about being a head coach. Y'all want to hear what Aaron Glenn sounds like? I'm going to let you hear what Aaron Glenn sounds like, right? Y'all tell me if this sounds like a head coach. Y'all want to hear what Aaron Glenn sounds like? This sounds like a leader of men to me. Y'all tell me.
One thing that I would say about myself, I'm a coach. I just happen to be on defense. I understand the offense just as well as a number of people. So if you want to hire me, you're going to hire a coach. You're not going to hire a defensive coach. I'm going to talk to the offense just as much as I'm going to talk to the defense.
That's a small 20-second clip of a man that sounds like he understands his position of being a head coach. It's very, very small. And you can say, what does that even mean? He just said he's going to talk to both sides of the ball. It's the way you command the room and the confidence you speak with. That's all I'm saying. Byron Joe David with the 199 Super Chat. This reeks of Kellen Moore hiring. It might be, man. It just might be. It just might be. Thank you for that Super Chat. I don't think Aaron Glenn is even being considered for the job, though. I do think he's going to be great. You know what Aaron Glenn sounds like and reminds me of? When somebody just got a point of view, right? He sounds like Mike Tomlin to me. And yes, if I can get a little Mike Tomlin light or somebody similar to him, I'll take it. But it don't got to be Mike Tomlin. And let me tell y'all something. I know I got that skin condition I talk about all the time. It's pretty obvious I'm an African-American black man. It's cool. I know you're shocked and you ain't know that was in front of you. But, I'm right here. I'm not necessarily leaning towards black coaches. Trust me. Because I like Ben Johnson a lot. I do. I just don't think Ben Johnson is remotely even close. At least Aaron Glenn's been a Cowboy before. Somebody said the betrayal. I know it's shocking. I didn't know you was black. No. But it ain't just the African American guys that can command a room. You ever heard Sean McVay speak? I know I'm picking out some of the best coaches in the league, but that's what I want. I want one of the best coaches in the league. Somebody that just can command a room and has his players locked in with him. Dan Campbell commands a room. I got to give it to him in his own special way. The coach in Minnesota, I know they just lost, but that team love their coach. He seems a little bit too offensive, just for worried about the offense for me, but Brian Flores balanced that out. Retread tires. Mark Brunell is the quarterback coach of the Detroit Lions. I think Mark Brunell would be somebody's offensive coordinator that gets hired from Detroit. Quarterback coaches is usually that's your next step. So if you're the quarterback coach of one of the hottest teams in the NFL and Aaron Glenn gets hired for the Jets or Ben Johnson gets hired for the Raiders, they're bringing Mark Brunell with him if he's not elevated to the offensive coordinator in Detroit. So that's his next stop. Mark Brunell is going to be somebody's coordinator next year. Detroit, wherever Glenn goes or wherever Ben Johnson goes. That's just the natural matriculation of how things work. But I brought up those other coaches that happen to not be minorities that just say, I want a leader. I heard Robert Saleh talk a lot. He knows defense a lot. Robert Saleh does not strike me as somebody that you want to run through a wall for. He don't. It's a lot of frustration coming out of that Jets locker room and that Jets team over the last couple years. Appreciate you, Angie. Robert Saleh didn't do a lot to quell that. He could barely handle Aaron Rodgers. A leader of men, that whole thing where Aaron Rodgers pushed him away, that ain't happening. Aaron Rodgers ain't pushing Mike Tomlin away like that. Y'all remember that? He not pushing Sean McVay like that. He never even respected Saleh. Aaron Rodgers is a live wire, but you gotta let Aaron Rodgers know what the deal is. I bet you Aaron Rodgers ain't pushing. Hey, I've been listening to look, guilty pleasure. Y'all know who I wanted at the early in this process? What was the name I wanted very early in this process? Let me see if y'all been listening. Before Mike McCarthy even got let go, who I said I wanted? If y'all remember. Mike Vrabel got hired already. I've been listening to Mike Vrabel interviews. I ain't gonna lie, since he been hired. He been sounding exactly like I wanted things to sound. He came in, he got a point of view. He came in talking about why he needs balance on his offense, why there's a percentage of quarterbacks that when they throw 40 times, they don't win the game. Mike Vrabel sound like he about to have the Patriots locked and loaded. He been there for a couple days. He already on it. I like the way it sound. I was like, man, that's what I wanted. But he gone, so no reason to talk about him anymore. But there will be other guys and other people that out here that can do what the Cowboys need. One thing, and it's not just offensive to help Dak Prescott out or defensive to help Micah Parsons out. The Cowboys need a culture shock. That's why I keep talking about leaders of men providing swagger. I think Deion Sanders would do that, but Deion ain't coming here. The Cowboys are so goofy, they would hire another a motherfucker from a different sport to coach. John Cena finna be the hell. He better not. I don't even know how to say that name. I think it's Ikea. Ikea. That's a very hard name to say. CFT, great work, young bro. Appreciate you. It's IKAIKAA. That's hard, but thank you for the 199 super chat. Apologize for butchering your name. Texas Poker 40 with the 199 super chat. Niner defense ran through a wall for Saleh. The Niner defense ran through a wall for Saleh. True. As a defensive coordinator. Niner defense. But when Saleh had a chance to run a team, it wasn't the same. Would I bring Robert Saleh in here to be the defensive coordinator? That's another discussion. But I saw his resume as a coach, and he looked funny in the light. We beat him as a coach with Mike McCarthy. McCarthy. They said that coach gonna be a WWE legend. Chill. But I'm telling you right now, both of these are Rooney Rule satisfiers. At bare minimum, they might be considered for defensive coordinators, but I think Robert Saleh already interviewed for the 49ers defensive coordinator opening. And if he's going to take a job as a defensive coordinator, he's going to take the one with the team he had most success with already. So it's either head coaches or defensive coordinator for the 49ers. Somebody said, hire the Undertaker. Y'all wild. I'm seeing Triple H in the chat. I love wrestling too. We taking it there. Stone Cold Steve Austin fits the y'all wow. Hiring Stone Cold Steve Austin to be the head coach is crazy talk. Sorry again. If anybody not familiar, I'm getting over a cold, so the coughing is where that comes from. My fault, y'all. Go get me Brock Lesnar. Y'all, wow. Bob Backlund. Now you taking it back. Bob Backlund, y'all ain't watched wrestling before. Y'all taking it back. Mick Foley. Okay. The chat is off the rails. Y'all just dropping wrestlers. Ron Simmons. I ain't even mad at it. It's the off season. It's okay to drop wrestlers in the chat when we supposed to be talking coaches. Mr. Sacco, the tribal chief, Iron Sheik. Bring in Roman Reigns. Wow. Yo. Some of y'all old like me. Iron Sheik. Y'all dropping wrestlers nobody even remember. I remember. Attitude Era wrestlers. Bam Bam Bigelow. Junkyard Dog. All these dudes probably would have more success than some of these people. Is Al Harris leaving? I believe Al Harris is leaving. We almost at 300 likes, by the way. I do believe Al Harris is leaving. Not because I don't think Al Harris loves the Cowboys. I don't think he's going to get an opportunity. Y'all think the Cowboys going to make Al Harris a defensive coordinator? No. I think Al Harris is ready to elevate. I think he's ready. I just don't think the Cowboys is going to give him the opportunity. And he's probably tired of waiting. So I think he's gone. I hate it. I hate it. I think he's a great coaching talent. I think Mike Zimmer is going to retire. I don't think Zim's going to coach nowhere else. I think Zim's going to retire. Zim said he loved coaching, but the way Micah Parsons been talking about Zim is like he already retired. The only way I think Zim stays is if the Cowboys talk him into being a bridge coach for Jason Witten. Hey, man, come coach for like a year or two. Let Jason learn up under you. Jason Witten gets announced to be, because Lunda Wells, that was our tight ends coach under Mike McCarthy. Lunda Wells is going to go wherever Mike McCarthy goes, I believe. And if he's gone, we need a tight ends coach. The Cowboys is going to squeeze Jason Witten onto his staff. He going to get snuck on. David Everett, can you please read what I wrote? David, what I miss? My fault, man. I'm going back up to see it. It's a lot going on, David, though. 456 people in here. So if I missed your message, I'm sorry. I'm scrolling up. I don't see it, big dog. What did you write? David, I do not see it. You got to rewrite it, big dog, because I can't stop the whole stream to read it, and I'm looking. But I did look. Looking again a little bit. But I can't stroll all the way back up to the top of the stream, so if I missed it, my apologies. But I don't know what you wrote. Excuse me. Give me Kellen before Jason. Yeah, I'll take Kellen. I don't want neither. I don't want Jason Witten or Kellen Moore. I don't. Skip Bayless for head coach is nuts. I hate Skip Bayless. I've been enjoying the Skip Bayless downfall way too much. I do not like Skip Bayless. I don't care. I don't care at all. I just don't know. But the one thing I do know, because I don't never come in here and try to tell y'all something that I don't know or try to sound smarter than I am. And if I did, y'all would laugh at me because y'all know that ain't even my style. So I ain't trying to come off like from a perch and talk down to y'all. But I will tell y'all this, if y'all listening. I know for a fact Jerry Jones has an idea of who he wants to hire. And it is not. I will do an entire apology live stream and a giveaway. If it's, I'm doing that jacket giveaway too. When we get to 30,000, I'm giving this coat away. I got a full 1XL Cowboys with all the championship patches code I'm giving away, but that's another stream. They're not hiring Leslie Frazier, and they're not hiring Robert Saleh to be the coach. I know some of y'all said the Robert Saleh interview was real. It's not. And if they're interviewing 2 minority coaches to get the Rooney Rule out the way, that means the other 2 minority coaches that I like ain't happening. So Deion Sanders, which everyone knows wasn't going to happen. That's what last night was about. You can go watch that live stream. Deion's not happening. And Aaron Glenn, I can like him all I want to and play clips of him sounding like a leader of men all I want to. Apparently, they're not thinking about their Aaron Glenn. Or I can stand corrected, but I don't see it. I think they have an idea of who they want. He not a black dude. I ain't afraid to say it. He not a black dude. Whoever they want is not black. Let's just get over it. Just digest it. We ain't got to like it. We can grumble about it. We can talk shit about it. It is what it is. One each finger. I know who it is. Who is it then? I think Kellen Moore's in the running, and I think Pete Carroll's in the running. And the only reason I'm bringing up Pete Carroll is because he would be a bridge to Jason Witten. That's a package deal. Am I saying that's a great idea? No. I don't want to shoehorn Jason Witten into a coaching staff because the coach wouldn't know why he's there. Ain't nobody that stupid. Hey man, I just want Jason Witten to come coach with you. We know what's up. It's almost like my brother Jay Tuck said this morning, though. Then just make Jason Witten the head coach. Let's let him learn on the job. I don't want a coach to have somebody over their shoulder like, yo, man, whenever you mess up, Jason is here. Like, that's whack. Only reason why Pete Carroll works is Pete Carroll's 73. So he would just retire. He wouldn't get fired. He could just step down. Hey, man, I'm getting a little old. I'm going to let Jason take the reins. That's why Pete Carroll would work, because of his age, not because of anything else. I just don't know how that works. It's not that easy. Jay Tuck ain't switched to no Chiefs, man. I got Jay Tuck number. That is fake. Jay Tuck just having fun because it's the offseason. Jay Tuck ain't switched to no Chiefs. That letter was making fun of that Cowboys fan that switched to the Chargers. Alberts, I want Pete Carroll. I ain't mad at you. Pete Carroll can coach. He's just older. Hey, but guess who else y'all called old that looked like they knew what they was doing? Everybody that's old ain't bad. Y'all call Mike Zimmer old. Mike Zimmer looked like he knew what he was doing. I'm just saying. Vic Fangio is old. Eagles defense look like they know how to play. Chiefs defensive coordinator is old. Old ain't always bad. Andy Reid old. He like 67. It ain't always young coach wins. Do you know what you're doing? There's a lot of young coaches that's stupid. Can we agree with that? Young don't mean great. Jet Li, what's good with you? Young don't mean great. It's a lot of young coaches that are stupid. Glenn White, $2 super chat. If Pete Carroll legit option, shit, call Buddy Ryan. I know. He old, Glenn White. I know. But I appreciate you for that $2 super chat. I know he old, but he's a bridge, man. Rome, Saleh is a Jerry Jones, part of the Jerry Jones family tree. He will be getting the job. Jeffrey Nelson. Robert Saleh is not related to what? Did you just say Robert Saleh is a part of Jerry Jones family tree? That's wild. I ain't trying to make this racial, but I'm positive that Jerry Jones ain't got no minority blood running through the veins. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not happening. Byron Joe David, $1.99 super chat. I'll take Spagnola over Pete Carroll. He's on the bastard side. Y'all wild. We might need Coach Carter. Y'all see, y'all about to start doing that again. Don't y'all start naming movie coaches. Don't y'all start naming movie coaches. Coach Carter's your only one. I don't even remember all the movie coaches, but y'all better not start doing it. We need Jesus. We do. Herman Boone. Y'all better stop. Bobby Boucher. I'm not doing this with y'all. Ain't Andy Reid 67? How old is he? Now y'all gonna have me Googling it because I don't know. How old is Andy Reid? I could be wrong. I know he in his 60s. Did I give him too many years? He's 66. Don't be, hey, I just Googled it. Don't do me like that. He acted like I was wilding. I was one off. Grudge racing media in here laughing. I was on point a little bit, and I didn't even know. I knew he was in his late 60s. Trying to do me dirty. I was one off. I was right there, big dog. I hope we all hope Philly loses this weekend. I think we're all on the same. I think we all in one accord. We want Philadelphia to lose this weekend because why would we root for them? Glenn White with the $2 super chat. I'll take Chat GBT over Kellen Moore. Chat GBT probably be an all right coach. Philly and Washington losing would make my little playoff season. Adam Sandler, chill out. Cowboys need the longest yard players. That's how we played this year. I'll tell you this though. Philly be having the wildest, weirdest luck when it comes to playoffs. Players be getting hurt. Quarterbacks' elbows be falling off. This weekend they got a snowstorm when they going against a passing team. I'll be like, yo, how do y'all get so damn lucky? Seriously? A snowstorm? I was like, all right, man, y'all got it. So they probably win. They probably win. Now, the next week, when they got to go to Detroit, I'm back like I never left. Byron Joe David, 199 Super Chat, Al Pacino from Any Given Sunday. That's a good movie. Chat is live, bro. Chat is very live, D-Shift. It's a good time in here. Snoop Dogg be our coach. Snoop might be all right. Now, that's a joke. Snoop would not be an all right NFL head coach. I was joking for anybody that trying to clip me. Nah, I'm just saying. I think the Rams is going to come to play. I don't think the cold is going to affect the Rams. It's not that. But when you're a passing team, a snowstorm kind of messes that up. So I hope Sean McVay is prepared. Now, look, listen to this. Certain coaches prepare their teams for all scenarios. This is why I like Sean McVay. Do y'all think that Sean McVay is going to have his team ready to play rain, sleet, snow, hail? I do. I think he's going to have an offensive game plan that is prepared for the snow because, the ball gets slippery. The ball throws and, it's different when it's wet and cold and rainy. The Rams might get to Philly early and practice somewhere and prepare themselves for the elements. Good coaches do stuff like that. When the Cowboys this is what pisses me off about our head coach. When the Cowboys would have a cold, rainy game going on, where will we practice at? In the Star? Mike McCarthy's bringing the team in to practice in the Star. For what? Why is we practicing in perfect conditions? For what? To help what? And then we get out there, Cowboys look like they're struggling in the bad weather. No shit. I think the Rams will be prepared to play. Am I guaranteeing them winning? No. Do I want them to win? Yes. Rest in peace, DMX. Don't do DMX like that. That's my point. I want a coach that prepares for stuff. Like I said yesterday, I don't remember the last time we had a big game and Mike McCarthy had us look like we was prepared for it. A big game, not even just a playoff game. Game versus Detroit. Game versus you when you play a good team, you can lose to the good team. Every time we played a good team, it seemed like we was getting blown out. I tell you one thing, we used to lose some games when Jason Garrett was here. This is one of the rare times y'all hear me giving Jason Garrett props. We ain't get blown out like that. Whatever Jason Garrett was preaching, even when we was bad, we was still fighting. It wasn't no easy out. We roll out there with Mike McCarthy, Dak go down and be like, we about to lose by 50. Why? What's happening? Cowboys got the Lions number, not this year. Shoot. The Lions beat the anti-lock breaks off the Cowboys this year. It was terrible. Y'all give me some names, though. Since we know the Rooney Rule is being satisfied, who do y'all want? Y'all already know I want Aaron Glenn, so y'all ain't got to ask me. That's my top candidate. And y'all already think I understand that Kellen Moore is the easiest candidate to pick, and Jason Witten is like a pipe dream. But who else? Who else do y'all think that we could consider? And we know Deion not happening. I ain't seen a message get deleted all night. Somebody said Batman. Damn, why you delete Batman? What do you do? I would love Ben Johnson. Steve Wilkes is interesting, but I don't think they're gonna do it. Nick Saban ain't coming out of retirement. Nick Saban is not listening to Jerry Jones. Nick Saban is a god in Alabama. Like he's a god down there. He's not about to come listen to Jerry Jones. I don't think Spagnuolo want to be a head coach. That's why the Chiefs got the perfect scenario. Steve Spagnuolo is going to stay to DC over there and do well. I think Sarkisian got a call. I think Lincoln Riley might be in play. Not because I think Lincoln Riley is great, because I heard that Stephen Jones likes Lincoln Riley a lot. And when Stephen Jones likes something, Stephen Jones gets what Stephen Jones wants. Darren Woodson, I don't even know if he want to coach. Lincoln Riley is stinking at USC. That's correct. Eric Bieniemy is a horrible coach. Eric Bieniemy is not good at coaching football. He failed everywhere. Ever since he left Kansas City, he has failed at every stop. And I've always heard bad stories about people not liking Eric Bieniemy. I'm cool. I'm all right. If Brian Broaddus is saying it, I hope he heard it. If Brian Broaddus is saying it and co-signing it, I hope he heard something. Because at least Brian Broaddus goes in that building and talks to people. So if Brian Broaddus heard it's going to be Aaron Glenn, I will lose it. I'm not drinking right now, but if I get Aaron Glenn as my coach, I'm a celebrate. If Aaron Glenn became our head coach, would y'all be mad? I don't think they're going to touch John Gruden because of them emails. I don't think Jerry Jones wants another scandal in here. Jerry Jones ducking children and all kinds of different. He got voyeurism scandals and stuff. He ain't bringing John Gruden in here with his extra scandal. He don't need an extra one. John Gruden no offense, but I don't see him touching it. That's why when they brought John Gruden up on the radio station, I think Jerry kept it short because he was like, I'm not even doing that. Tom Brady. Tom Brady ain't being nobody's head coach. We don't make enough. I'm not. Hey, D Schiff, I will not repeat that Jamie Foxx scenario. Pause. 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 Aaron Glenn is awesome. He was the key to the culture change in Detroit. I'm with you. I am with you. Angie the Rebel Chick, why you putting numbers out there? You wilding. Wrong for head coach. I ain't ready to be my head coach. I get some speeches though to get the team ready. Our X's and O's would suck. And the Cowboys don't know what they doing. Nah, I ain't ready to be nobody's head coach. Nope. Y'all will be ashamed. Like, what are they doing? Raven SOS out. Revan S087. With the $5 super chat, we need Darth Vader as a head coach to force choke Jerry and Catboy Stephen Jones. Yeah, man, they drive you to that, man. We shouldn't even we shouldn't want Jerry and Steven to get choked out, but they just piss us off so much. It happens. It happens. Trade for Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin would not work for Jerry Jones. He would retire. I would love Mike Tomlin. The only reason why I'm considering Aaron Glenn is because he's been a Cowboy. Now he was a Jet for like 8 years, but he's a Cowboy for 2 years, and he was drafted by Bill Parcells. So at least he's familiar with the Jones family. He was there for 2 years. He's familiar. Leslie not coming here, man. Don't you worry. Hey, anybody that don't want Robert Saleh or Leslie Frazier, don't you worry. It's not happening. Wrong. What about Taylor Swift? Y'all wilding. Y'all wilding. I just think, man, the Rooney Rule has been satisfied. Our new coach is coming. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't know who, but I know he ain't gonna be black. I wanted to be somebody. No, let me not say it like that, because that sounds like I'm just rooting for black people. Now I hate to make it racial, but let's just keep it real. I would love for the best candidate to get an option. Is that fair? If Robert Saleh interviews, blows Jerry's socks off, pause, and has a great interview, has a great point of view, and gets the job done, then I'm going to support Robert Saleh. Byron Joe David. They're going to call Jerry, connect Jerry to the Diddy parties. I wish. But can I tell y'all something real quick? Super pause. Can I tell y'all something real quick? And y'all can call me corny, but I'm going to be real with y'all as possible. If they hire Kellen Moore, if they hire Robert Saleh, even if the world was upside down and they hired Leslie Frazier, I'm going to support the next coach and hope they do well. If they brought John Gruden in here, I'm going to hope that they do well until they start doing bad. And then I might complain. But yes, I'm going to support them the entire offseason because I want Cowboys prosperity. I'm not in here. Oh, Law Nation here? First of all, everybody stop what y'all doing. Put goats in the chat. The goat in here, Law Nation in here, man. Put some goats in the chat. Best in the game. That's my dog. Shout out to Law, man. Yeah, man. Put some goats in the chat for Law. Appreciate the goat for popping in here. Seriously though, I'm not in here for, I don't need it to be Rome was right. I don't care about being right. I will be wrong for the rest of the offseason if it means we're going to win next year. I don't care. I want to win. Appreciate y'all showing Law some love. And y'all know who Law Nation is. Shame on you. I wish I had that button and Law got. Shame. Shame. If you don't know who Law Nation is, get out. That's what I need. I need that type of button, Law. I need a get out button. Get out. Get out. I'll burst into $5 super chat. You could catch Jerry saying the N-word with his girlfriend and nothing would happen in the NFL. No, I mean, Jerry's a smooth talker. I don't even think Jerry disliked black people. I think Jerry just got a power issue. I don't think Jerry grits his teeth. Jerry make too much money with black people. I don't think he got a problem with black people. But the Cowboys organization as a whole, I don't think they want to put no black people in no true power. That's two different things. Their organizational standards, I just don't see it. Law Nation, I appreciate you, man. Law Nation says, I'm enjoying your show, fam. Let's go. Appreciate you, man. We just keeping it real. I'm going to keep it 1,000. I ain't here to pull no punches. Y'all want to know the beautiful thing between what we do, what a content creator is, and what somebody that work at ESPN is? I can walk in my office in my house, turn on my ring lights, get my computer going, start a live stream, and during the live stream, I can say, I think the Cowboys are satisfying the Rooney Rule, and they ain't trying to hire a black head coach. I can say it. Ain't no producer in my ear. Glenn White with a $2 super chat. Is there a Jalen that can coach because he hired? Is there a Jalen that can coach because he hired? I'm confused. What does that mean, Glenn White? Thank you for the super chat. That's the beauty of what we can do. And we're adult enough to know this isn't just a racial conversation. I'm not trying to be childish and be like, they just satisfying the Rooney Rule. I'm trying to be real with y'all and let y'all know from my mind, and I feel my gut is telling me that they ain't hiring those two guys because the announcement of the interviews was too close together, and it feels like Marvin Lewis all over again. That's all. It just feels like that. Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Tolbert better not become the head coach, Glenn White. I will lose it. I'm tired of everybody named Jalen that work at the Cowboys. Tolbert, Moreno Cropper, and Brooks can all go. I'm cool. All of them can go. You can keep Mingo. I'm cool on all the Jalen's. Bye. Maybe Tolbert can stay. Everybody else can go. They all gonna be back next year. I'm talking all this trash. Every Jalen gonna be back next year. They all gonna be starting. Talking all this trash. Cowboys gonna have Jalen Tolbert as number 2 receiver next year, and I'm gonna lose my mind. Elon Musk to buy the Cowboys. Never. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and Charlotte Jones, they ain't selling the Cowboys. They love the Cowboys way too much. They ain't selling the Cowboys at all. Bring back Dez as wide receiver coach. Dez Bryant making too much money to be a subsidiary coach. I ain't in Dez Bryant's pockets, but let me just let you know, Dez Bryant is fine. He's pretty well off. He ain't thinking about being no Cowboys coach and having Jerry Jones tell him what to do no more. Nope. Aaron Glenn is from Humble, Texas. Yes, he is. He checks boxes, man. He's a Cowboy. He's from Texas. Yeah. He has a great, great, great ideal of relating to players. Go look up some stuff on Aaron Glenn, man. He fits he checks my boxes. I think Deion would be a perfect candidate. I think he can handle Jerry and everything. But the Munyon ain't right. Deion not taking no pay cut, y'all. And a power cut. No. It's not happening. It's not. Swagoo for coach. Swagoo for coach. I don't think it's happening. But look, I'm going to slide up out of here, man, because CFT got to work tomorrow. But I appreciate y'all sliding here with me on the late night, man. Hit that like button and subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Are y'all subscribed? Or I'm just wondering. It's 424 people in here on the late night. Are y'all all subscribed? All 424 of y'all? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I know a lot of y'all are. I don't know if y'all all subbed. And I appreciate y'all hitting the like button and sub. I will say this though. I know we've been live streaming every night this week. Y'all know why? Because it's about to be football after football after football. And I don't do well with live streams during games. So I'm trying to talk to y'all right now, unless something happens over the weekend. Y'all ain't gonna be watching me during playoff football, divisional weekend. Don't lie to me. I'll drop some videos, but y'all ain't about to be watching me. So I got to get in here and talk to my people. Somebody said bullshit. Y'all will watch me. Divisional game on right now. Y'all watching me. Shit, y'all making me feel good. Damn. Maybe I need to turn the camera on during the game. D-Shift said, fuck them teams. Damn, y'all making a brother feel good. Y'all watch little old me. I know the cold sounds bad. Right after I get off here, I'm taking third flu. So y'all don't clown me. But we work though. I'm working sick. I'm playing hurt. I'm playing injured. I appreciate y'all though. Apostle Benny was good. Glenn White said I would. I thank y'all, man. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll turn the camera on during one of these games. But listen, I'm telling y'all right now, I'll be locked in. So I'm gonna be in there watching the game like this. Y'all gonna be watching the game, and nobody gonna be talking to nobody. Cause look, I ain't one of them dudes that during the game I'll be like, Jalen Hurts scrambled for 5 yards. It's 3rd and 7. No. Not gonna be like, he throws the out, tackled somebody. Like, I'm not. It's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not giving you no play-by-play. I better turn on the Aikman. I might talk some shit. I ain't gonna be giving y'all no play-by-play. Bro, put those 3 black sayings you have by your door in the Cowboys locker room. Oh, 3 black sayings. I wish. Hustle, grind, execution. I wish. Man. They need to get some new sayings. That's why we need a new coach. But we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. Y'all rock on me for an hour. I might be back tomorrow, man. The news coming every day. Something else come. I got y'all with a live stream tomorrow. That's a bet. That's a bet. Y'all have a good evening, man, because a lot of us got to work. As much as I love y'all, CFT got a day job. So I'll holler.